Morning, everyone. So earlier this week, we started off with a practice that involved the splits. We led up to several different variations of splits, and we were talking about how we sometimes are faced with a split decision. Lots of people these days are facing a fork in the road or at a crossroads, trying to determine how to navigate change and figure out a new direction. And we were talking about how through the pandemic, there's been a lot of divide, there's been a lot of clarity, there's been a lot of splits, whether it's fractured relationships or disruptions at home or business and politics and all of that. So we were just kind of expressing that physically in the body. Today, I don't really have a big theme planned. Wednesday is a little bit more physical because I do a blissful variation of the Ashtanga short form. So it's more about movement anyway. So the only thing I'm going to say is yesterday I went and got my AccuDetox. I go every other week, and it's been helping me with menopause symptoms. It's been helping me with night flashes, and it's been helping me for hot flashes and night sweats. But I haven't been in like 3 or 4 weeks, and the night sweats started up again. So I was like, I gotta get back into my AccuDetox. And when I went into the room, Ann and I go back years. So we've known each other probably 15 or more years. And she came into the room and she was like, I'm just so unsettled. I'm agitated. I'm so sick of this, because we still have to wear the mask in that setting. And she was like, I'm just so sick of this. And anyway, she went on this little rant, and she was like, I'm so sorry. I just completely vented to you. And it's like, it's okay. Like, we're friends. You should be able to vent. And it sounds like it's been building up through the day. And I was like, I'll vent back to you. We both kind of vented on each other. And we were both kind of in this realm where we discovered through that conversation, it's like, okay, through this entire pandemic, we've been trying to still be of service. We've been trying to help people feel better. We've been trying to bring a positive message. We've been doing these services just to help people's minds and bodies and spirits, and we're tired. We basically through this conversation got to the point where it's like, we haven't taken a break, and we haven't really probably processed everything that's happened, because we've been trying to keep everything afloat, even ourselves. And I was saying, I was like in May, I talked about this, about it being mental health month, and how everyone has a threshold with their mental health. And I was like, it sounds like we're getting to that point, and my ears have been plugged since I flew back from Greece. And I haven't quite been able to hear. And with that AccuDetox and the needles being in my ear yesterday, finally the fluid started shifting and the right ear started popping. And I was like, ooh, I can hear for like an hour. And then it clogged back up again. And I just had breakfast with Allison before I came over to the studio. And I was telling her about my ears. And she said, you're not the only one. There's a lot of people I've been working with. She's a Reiki practitioner. And she's like, there's a lot of people I've been working with who are experiencing the same thing. She said, why don't you try affirming, I hear divine truth. I hear divine truth. And it made me think of that quote that we used to have up in the other studio. It was in one of the bathrooms, I think. And it said, make sure you're creating quiet moments so that you can hear the whisper of God. I think it's like a quote from the Book of Psalms or something. But anyway, when she said that, I hear divine truth, I was like, okay, start working with that. See if I can open up my ears. So everything always is happening for a reason. And we got to remember there's a higher purpose to everything. So with whatever that's worth to you, in sharing that, we're going to get started in our practice today. Let's go ahead and begin standing up. We're going to get right into the practice. And go ahead and walk to the front side of your mat. Look down at your feet, line them up on one straight plane. Spread the bottoms of the feet. Stand up, create good posture, And then let's go ahead and join the palms together for Anjali Mudra. Allow the thumbs to press into the upper part of the breastbone and close your eyes. Soften the shoulders down from the ears, but zip up through your midriff. And begin to activate your Ujjayi breath, restricting the back of the throat. Hearing the sound of the breath become like a whisper. Take about 3 more. The breath, center your focus. And center you in your body. Let's open the eyes and inhale. Let's open the arms up towards the heavens. Exhale, begin to fold down into your Uttanasana, your standing forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands up the leg bones, look out with your eyes. And as you exhale, step down the lane of the mat. Fold down to your chaturanga, hover and hold if possible. And when you're ready, inhale, bloom up to up dog, and exhale, lower it back to down dog. Correcting your feet and any other pieces in the alignment. Perhaps dialing the hands away from one another. And feeling your shoulders open away from each other. Listening to the sound of your breath. On your next in breath, let's go ahead and step to the top of the mat to Ardha Uttanasana, coming halfway up on arrival. And then exhale, gently drape down. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come back to the heart, Samastitihi. We're going to keep that rolling. Inhale, open yourself up. And exhale, fold again. Inhale, sprout up, look out with the eyes. And then exhale, hinge, elbows clip into the side body as you build that upper body strength. Inhale, open the heart, bring flexibility to the spine. And then exhale, use your core strength to carry yourself into downward facing dog. Feel that angle of your body. Replenishing the skin of the face. Bringing more circulation towards the third eye. Letting this be a calming agent for the nervous system. Your breath can assist you with that as well. On your next inhale, land the feet at the top. Extend long through your spine. Exhale, let go. Inhale, coming all the way up to the top. And exhale, Samastitihi, hands to prayer position. Let's continue the A. Inhale, open up. Exhale, dive in. Inhale, create some space. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, build it up. And exhale, roll it back. Pausing in downward facing dog to recommit to your breath. Bringing the breath under your hands. It's one of the things that we have some control over. Inhale, let's land the feet at the top and open up. And then exhale, close into self. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, coming back to where you began. One more, A. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Inhale, lengthen out. And exhale, hover if possible. Inhale, lift to the stilts of the arms. And exhale, curl back over the toes. Holding here, pressing through the hands and the feet. Eyes wide open. Meditate on the breath. And allow your next in-breath to walk or lunge or float the feet to the top. And then exhale, bow out. Inhale, arms front of the face. And exhale, reset. Now we're gonna move into Beast or your Namaskara. So inhale, you're coming to Utkatasana. And then exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, open up. And exhale to Chaturanga. You can always float back into that one pose instead of passing through plank. Listen to your body. Right foot's gonna step through for warrior one. Some people even like lifting the right leg first. Bringing yourself so the trunk is aligned over the pelvis. Palms turn to face each other. Grounding through the back heel. Exhale, hands down. Step it back and continue the flow. Using your breath to transition from one pose to the next. Inhaling, the left foot stepping through. Back heel grounding down. Trunk rising. Chin parallel to the earth. Looking straight ahead. Exhale, hands down. Take the third vinyasa in the mix. Holding this downward facing dog for several rounds of breath. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Samastiti. All right, that was B. We're going into another B. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold over straight legs. Inhale, sprout up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Stepping through plank is fine. Continuing to open the heart. And creating the inversion. Right foot steps through, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, step back. Continue to roll through the vinyasa. Unless you need to pause in down dog or child's. Left foot steps through next. Keeping that front thigh rolling open, your back thigh rolling forward. And release the hands. Feel how a lot of this movement stems from the core of the body. Even when you're here in the restful position, your belly's still hugging in, supporting your low back. Let it build up the inner Agni, the inner heat. Inhale, feet land at the top. Exhale, plow down. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms. And exhale, Samastiti. We're just going to do one more beat today. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold over straight legs. In and lengthen. Out and hover. In and shine the heart. Exhale, melt the heart down. Right foot, warrior one. Being in this experience first, true Ashtanga is a lot faster. Now let's release. We'll take one more warrior. This time with the left foot in the lead. Activating bandhas if you want the infrastructure. And release. We'll take this next vinyasa. We'll move on to standing postures. Pausing and down dog for just 2 extra breaths. Fill up the front and the back side of your lungs. Inhale, land the feet at the top. Exhale, let go. Inhale, build to Utkatasana. We're closing it out with Samasthiti. All right. We've got some more warmth in the body. Separate your feet. Shoulders are going to roll back initially. And then cinch in through your bottom ribs. Like you're wearing a corset. And fold over. Linking the first 2 fingers around each big toe. Bowing the head. Elevating your sits bones. Magnetizing the heart down a little lower towards the knees. Listening to the sound of your Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift halfway. Flip your hands open and slide them beneath your palms or beneath your feet so that you're literally standing on your palms. Maybe emphasizing a longer out breath. And release the hands. Stack them to the waist. Lean forward and slowly come up. Feet together. Step to the right. Unless you're over here and you want to see me, then you can turn this way. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to turn the right foot out 90 degrees. We're going to lengthen the arms out shoulder height for triangle pose. So lengthen now over the right leg. Windmill the right hand down. You can stack it on your shin, ankle, or foot. You can also have the hand resting on the inside of the shin, ankle, or foot. Pressing into the left hip and pressing down through the soles of the feet. Inhale, use that top hand to rise. Turn the right foot in, the left foot out. Stretch out over the left leg. Windmill down to your Trikonasana. You're attempting to stack the shoulders. You're attempting to roll open through the belly and chest. And then find that comfortable position for your head and your neck. Depending on where you're facing will depend upon where you're gazing. So if you're looking up, you're gazing sharply through the right corner of the eyes. If you're looking down through the left corner of the eyes, and if you're facing just the side wall, you can just look straight ahead. Inhale, use that right arm to drive up. Now relax the arms down. You may need blocks for this one. You're rotating your right foot. You're offsetting your left foot. And then you're checking in to make sure the hips are even. The left arm's going to reach ahead. You're going to lower the left hand and uplift the right. You're twisting in the direction of the front leg. Then exhale, lower that right hand, pull the right foot into the floor to come up. And we'll swivel the feet, offset the back foot, square the hips, lengthen out through the right arm to set it down. And then the left arm will split up. The hand, if it's not close enough to the floor, if you don't have a block, you can always set it to your leg, like you did with triangle. Exhale, lower the left hand, and then slowly come up. Awesome. Turn back to the side. This time the feet are more parallel. Your right foot's gonna rotate 90 degrees again. You're gonna lunge the knee, prop onto it with your elbow. Back arm's gonna lift up towards the ceiling, or it's gonna angle across the side of the face. Now really pressurize your back foot. Activate your back leg. Breathe up and through the left side body. Affirming, I am a fountain of boundless energy and power. Inhale, coming up. Elevate the right arm. Lunge the right knee again. Take warrior two. You don't always have this pose in. Create equanimity in your side body. Beautiful adjustment, Danielle. Good, now straighten the right leg. Turn the right foot in. Rotate the left foot out. Lunge the knee, starting with side angle though. Dropping onto the knee. Right arm skyward or sailing over the ear. Emphasize your back leg. Emphasize your breath. And plug in the affirmation, I am a fountain of boundless energy and power. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. Drawing up through the bandhas, root lock, belly lock. Good, now inhale, straighten that front leg. Relax your arms, turn the left foot in. All right, we're gonna take that revolving twist. So your right foot's gonna turn again. You're gonna swivel off the back heel and you're gonna rotate with your belly towards the inner right thigh. And the hands can be set to prayer position at your heart. All right, exhale, unwind. Plant the back foot, safely lift the hand, safely turn the right foot, and then swivel both feet around. Crank into the twist, bringing your right elbow to the opposite side of your left knee. Dial the heart towards your thumbs, revolving side angle. You exhale, unwind. We're gonna bring the hands down and we're gonna spin the feet to be parallel. And we're gonna go ahead and fold over to Prasarita Padottanasana A, meaning the crown of the head's facing down, the palms are shoulder distance apart, and the arms are actively pulling towards each other. It is a big opening for the back of the legs. It is a nice decompression for the lumbar area of the back. This is considered an inverted pose, one where we're upside down. Now on your next in breath, walk your hands forward, lift halfway up and look out with your eyes. Just even out the blood flow a moment. Good. Now take your hands to your waist. Elevate the elbows up towards the ceiling and then lower back in to the B variation.
plug the feet down and notice what changes with your quads and knees. You don't want to do it so much you're stripping the muscles, but you do want the engagement. Now continue to lean out and to drive yourself all the way up to stand. Take a moment to pause at the top. Good, now link your fingers together behind your back. Roll the shoulders down. You may want to stay here. You may want to fold again. Pick your favorite. As long as your shoulders are being active, you're gaining some access to your heart center. Slowly rate the feet, drive yourself up to stands. So in Ashtanga, you usually go to pyramid next, but we're not, because we did warrior two. Relax your hands, relax your shoulders, turn your left foot, and step to the top of the mat. We're gonna bring it back towards the floor, but we're gonna bend the knees, bring the arms overhead, palms together. If this creates any strain in your body, do the regular version of chair instead. Taking deep breaths. Exhale, straighten your legs and fold. If you want the full vinyasa, take it. If you want to just skip and go to down dog, you can meet us there. Take your time, no rush. And bend the knees. Once you're in down dog, crisscross the ankles, come to sit down, or bring your knees down and swish your feet in front. Always ways around that. When you come to Paschimottanasana, extend your arms, push down through your thigh bones, and then fold. The feet stay flexed, the toes stay pointed upward. The breath is still rolling in and out. Now, when you come up, your hands are actually going to slide back. Then your feet are going to slide back. Press through the feet, tuck your lift, reverse table. Gaze up towards the ceiling panel. Maybe find one of those dots to gaze at. Last breath. You exhale to sit down. Now stretch out your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. You're going to reach the right arm to the inside of the knee, and you're going to turn, twist the arm, and you're continuing to turn and turn until it wraps. I know this is a funky pose. Lengthen the left arm, circle it behind the back. You may or may not be able to catch the hands. Don't worry about that. It's about the bind, it's about the hip work, it's about the forward fold. Hold these asanas for at least 5 breaths. You've achieved those 5, you can release the arms, sitting up and sliding the right foot in, Janu Shasana. Good, then the arms lift up again, that helps extend the spine. Exhale, crisscross the hands as you fold over. So the hands can be crisscrossed at the calf or at your foot. Notice when you crisscross the hand that way, it's a little bit more organic for the belly button to kind of cross over towards that straight leg. It'll also even out the shoulders, so one's not hiking up higher than the other. All right, we're gonna lift that right knee, cross that foot over, left arm's gonna circle around. And notice how we get a little slumpy in that position. So reinvest in lengthening your side body, your spine itself. Right hand stacks behind your back. You might even get a nice pop as you twist deeper into the pose. Eyes can be open or shut. Excellent. Stretch out that right leg. Move the sits bones back. Inhale, the arms reach. And exhale, fold. Paschimottanasana. So in true Ashtanga, you get like 3 of these in. We're only getting 2 of these in. And there's different hand holds if you want A, B, or C. If you don't know what that means, no worries. You're still in the pose. All right, inhale. We'll just slide the hands back behind us. When we're leaning into the palms, you can slide the feet back. If you want to keep the legs straight, come up to reverse plank, you're welcome to. Me and Cindy just prefer this one. I like this one over the plank. Really, either one is acceptable. Find that one pointed focus here. One last breath in this position and let the exhale take you down. Right leg's gonna stretch out. Left arm's gonna reach to the inside of the knee. And then we twist, turn the arm to bind it. And then the right arm circles to bind behind the back as well. Yeah. So if you bring this arm to the inside, yep, and then just start turning the hand. You got it, Kathy. One of those trickier poses. On your in-breath, you can release the back hands. You can slide the left foot over. And now inhale, radiate the arms upward. Exhale, crisscross the hands as you fold. Head of the knee pose. The head of the knee is facing you. Activate that Ujjayi breath if it dropped into a diaphragmatic breath. Inhale, bring it up, as well as that knee. Cross that foot over, hug it in, and then before you twist, make sure you really lift up. Then rotate around into the position. So since we did a lot of the boat poses last week, I'm gonna skip boat this week. You exhale, unwind. You unwind, the feet are gonna come together. Unless y'all really want that core work again. We're gonna pull down. Wasn't that last week? I was talking about Greece, pirates, ships. Okay. This is gonna prepare us for the next pose, which is Konasana. So that's where we straighten out the legs and leave them nice and wide. The toes stay lifted, the head of the knees stay facing upward, and then we're folding downward, right in the middle. Just kind of resting into it today, but you can also be a little bit more engaged with your hands on your thighs, shins, or toes. So I believe it was last week, because I remember the internet getting disrupted and it shut down on us. We worked into the shoulder stand series. And I was talking about the close ear pose being medicinal for the ears. So that's a pose I don't do tons because of my neck, but I've been doing it more the last couple weeks just to try to help my ears. So we can go into a wide stance plow here. So if you come up, if you want the wide stance version of plow, basically you just roll back, catch your hips, and the legs are wider. If you want the regular plow, you can be here first, and then eventually draw the legs together over the face. Now notice that's a whole different mechanic for the body, not just the hips and legs. Notice how weight shifts more into your neck when the legs are together. So it may be different seasons or phases in your life where you may need the feet to be sprawled out versus together because of the neck. Now go ahead and start to float the feet up to shoulder stand. Now, if you're not in the mode to do shoulder stand today, you can roll down to your back and you can come to bridge and put a block under your sacrum, and then you can float the feet to waterfall. If anyone wants to do the close ear pose, you'll bring the knees to bend alongside the temples, sliding down towards the ears, and the arms can wrap behind your calves. That is more traction in the neck, more weight in the head. So err with caution and make sure the head stays stable if you enter into it. Begin your exit out of death bend's pose, coming to plow or shoulder stand. And those that have been doing the shoulder stand series, take the fingertips to the floor, contract the core, and roll down one vertebra at a time. If you've been in waterfall with a block, you could land your feet and do bridge, and then you can roll out of bridge. All right, we're gonna go into fish. So if you take your hands and slide them underneath your body, and try not to bend the elbows. You want your arms straight so that the elbows are kind of tucked in to your side ribs. Point your toes, push through your elbows and lift your whole torso up. Then puff up your chest and hang your head back until it ever so lightly takes rest on the floor. Chest is still lifting, 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 floating, puffing towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, gently lower down. Remove the hands from up underneath the body and slowly send the right leg skyward. When you send the right leg skyward, catch the leg with your hands. You can hold the back of your thigh. You're welcome to slide the hands to your calf You're welcome to hook the first 2 fingers around the big toe if that's accessible. From Padangusthasana A, open to B. So let your right hand hold the leg as it leans to the right side of your body. Push out through the left heel to keep the pelvis stable. From supine Padangusthasana B, lift the leg back up. Scoop in through the core to C. So the head's floating up towards the knee. And you're holding and breathing here. And exhale, lower the head back down. Now slide your left foot in. Cross your right ankle over top of the left knee. Pick up the left foot. And again, hold the back of your thigh. Stay anchored on your low back. Feel free to close the eyes and practice that Ujjayi pranayama. We're going to do one more deeper hip stretch here. So if you open your eyes now, your hands can release from the back of your left leg. And you can take one hand to your right knee, one hand to your right foot. You can also lift the head up and scoop the arms underneath your right calf. And you can extend your left leg out. Now you can stay here with your head up and your heel up, or you can just take a stretch and let go of the core work and just send the foot and the head down to the floor, still squeezing in the right leg towards the chest. So you can be yin or yang in that approach. And if you're still up, go ahead and lay the foot down, lay the head down, release the hands so that the right leg can extend out. Now inhale, lift your left leg. Latching the hold of the back of the thigh, perhaps sliding to the calf or taking the big toe. Supine variation of Padangusthasana A. Sometimes we do this in a balancing sequence in the midst of the standing poses. And the Ashtanga primary series, they actually do both. All right, we'll open that leg to the left side, Padangusthasana B. Push out through the right foot, draw it low through your right thigh. Inhale, bring the leg back up overhead, take C, scooping into the belly, lifting the third eye towards the knee. Gently lower the head, slide your right foot back, and cross the left ankle over the right knee. Pick up the right foot, place your hands behind it. Now we're gonna take a little deeper hip stretch here. So you can either take a handhold to that left knee and foot, or you can scoop the arms up underneath that calf and then extend the right leg out. You can continue the core work, keeping the head and foot afloat, or you can take the stretch and lay out. One is a blend between strength and stretch. The other one's just stretching it out. Exhale, gently lower. Before letting that left leg completely go, drive the right knee in, separate the knees wide, take a hold of the feet or shins, and take happy baby pose. Line up the ankles over the knees, push down through the low back. We've got time for one more inversion. So let's go ahead and close the gap between the knees. Roll over to one side of the body. All right, so I want you to consider, where you're at today mentally, physically, emotionally, because I do want us to do another inversion, but you're welcome to do something more supportive, even though I'm going to instruct something different. So if you feel like you waterfall against the wall and you want to slide your mat back and do legs at the wall and then push the feet into the wall to push a bolster up underneath your pelvis. You can lower down the hips and just keep the legs at the wall. So you've got this trickling inversion happening. If you want a different variation of yoga mudra today, this is the Kripalu version, different than the Ashtanga version. Sorry, I was getting cramp in the toe. You basically come into this position, lace the fingers, which we've already prepped for, and then you would lift the hips, come to the top of the head. So maybe that's your version. If you wanted headstand, the Queen of Asanas, that's usually what Ashtanga ends with. Cynthia's already in hers at the wall. You can go against the wall or you can try it solo. Doesn't mean you have to go all the way up if you're scared to go up. But you would definitely want to measure, making sure the hands cross around the elbows and then lace the fingers together. You would crawl forward and maybe you just try little push-ups to activate the muscles required. Maybe you just want dolphin pose, which is here. Maybe you do want to go all the way up. So I'll let you choose. Considering what you're coming to the mat with today, considering what's already in your realm of practice. And if you want me to work one-on-one with you, just call me over. If you don't mind me being in your space. So that looks great, but if you walk your feet forward, it'll line up your spine.
It got a little low.
Yeah, yeah. Because you activated the upper body beautifully. That's it. Yeah, and if you need to bend the knees, it's okay. So if you keep the knees bent and just crawl the feet in a little bit more, a little bit more. Yeah, see how the hips are going over the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean you have to go up, but you're just starting to feel what it feels like to get it stacked. And Kathy, that looks good. That form a dolphin. But can I suggest something?
Mm-hmm.
Bring your knees down. Your elbows not wide.
So crawl the elbows in and hands out. Hands out, elbows in. More like that. Now try it again, see how it feels. If it feels better the other way, you can go back to your other way. But hopefully that'll make you feel a little stronger because the bones are stacked more. It looks stronger as a visual because I can see your shoulders are more engaged now. Yeah, and you guys doing waterfall, you're doing that beautifully because you don't want the feet to tilt towards the face. You want to keep it more over the hips. And that way you're not cinching off the belly. Blood flow's coming into that area. So after, Heather, that looks good, waterfall. I'm gonna dim the lights because it's time for Shavasana. If you wanted to be like Heather, even if you did an inversion, you're like, I want an extra one, you can hang out there. Danielle's in supported bridge, Katie's in supported bridge. If that still feels lovely, you can stay there. But if you want to come out and create corpse pose or something more restorative, take your time doing that. I'm going to choose to leave the music off so that you can have these last few quiet moments to yourself. My suggestion is to stay dropped into yourself, into your body. If you find that your mind is restless in nature and kind of just bouncing around, I would slow it down with the breath. Maybe try the affirmation, whether your ears are plugged or not. I hear divine truth. Or I am divine truth. Begin to deepen the flow of our breath. And to awaken a little movement to the extremity. Exiting out of the pose that you have chosen. To allow yourself to come to a comfortable held seat. Joining your hands together for a position. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We all walk away from this practice being free and at peace from anything out of our control, anything imposed upon us by another, or any internal turmoil of our own. The light within me honors and bows to the beautiful light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you. Danielle, you should